Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the first episode of a new Netflix limited series, American Primeval. This premiered on January 9th, so I was able to catch the first episode. I wanted to do, like I did with Squid Games, um, review the first episode on its own to check out the vibe of the show. And then if I continue to watch it, which as of this, I'll probably continue to watch it. So I'll talk about the rest of the season. There's only 6 episodes in this. This is a story that goes back and reflects some of the conflict in America between the the group led by Brigham Young, the Mormon group led by Brigham Young, the United States, and then some of the other people that were around the conflict, including some of the Native Americans that were around the area, and kind of how they kind of fit into the picture. It's a pretty intense series. I'll say that. I think I'll start with the one thing that really kind of threw me off a little bit. There are some very distinct choices as to how this series is shot. There's a lot of. It looks like they want to make it feel like handheld, and some of that stuff works, I think, pretty well in some points. But at other points, it just kind of feels weird and out of place. And I think they're doing it to make you feel uneasy about everything that's going on about a situation, right? Whether it's like a Dutch angle or like you're seeing things through the point of view of the wheel of one of the wagons, or you're very close to somebody's face. Yeah, there's some interesting choices I think for some of these shots. Now let's talk about the cast a little bit. We have Taylor Kitsch, Betty Gilpin, Dane DeHaan, Sora Lightfoot Leon, Joe Tippett, Jack Courtney, Preston Moda, Shawnee Poirier, Kim Coates, which you don't really see in the first episode, but I wrote Kim Coates is supposed to portray Brigham Young, so I thought that was a very interesting choice there. We follow Sarah and her son Devin, who are on their way to a specific location that crosses through all these places to meet. She says that it's to meet her husband. Now, throughout the series, we find out there's a little bit more to that. I don't want to spoil anything, but man, oh man, the series just highlights, first of all, how difficult and how awful it must have been to live in this time period. Specifically, if you're a woman traveling by yourself or with a child, as Sarah Betty Gilpin's character is. Now, I'm a big fan of Gilpin. I think she's fantastic. We also have Taylor Kitsch, who is playing this mysterious kind of character right now. We don't know what his role is going to be, but I'm very glad to see him here. I recently watched or rewatched 21 Bridges, and he was a part of that, so it just feels very funny. Dane DeHaan's also a character that I think um, he portrays this Mormon fellow who's traveling with his wives. Now, at the time, I think they could have multiple wives, so there's a little bit of an exploration of that whole thing. Yeah, Jai Courtney plays this like bounty hunter dude that is probably the worst character in the show. And then we have some new faces that, you know, they portray Native American people at the time, so I don't really know them, but it's interesting to see how they kind of all fit in into that same time period of this conflict between, Brigham Young and him trying to establish his own land. I guess I don't really know. I don't. I think that's one of the things that's interesting about this show. So that it's something that is going to explore a little bit of like what the circumstances were at the time. There's some pretty bad CGI in some spots, but I think I would rather have that than them have like actual live animals. I think animals are always tricky to do. I would think that a show on Netflix like this would have a good budget to take care of that stuff, but I never hold that against them because I would always rather watch an animal don't look exactly right than them to actually have live animals in on screen that could lead to dangerous situations. But yeah, I'm intrigued by the show. I think it's interesting. I think there's some good performances there that'll keep me hooked, and it's definitely going to be. I'm curious to explore. more of this. And it's only six episodes, and they all seem to be about an hour long. So like I don't expect it to be. I like this type of episodic storytelling, but I think that I'm gonna break this up into like maybe a few days, as opposed to like Squid Game 2 that I just kind of ran through the whole thing. I'm gonna try to break this up a little bit more, to kind of have some in my back pocket to hold on to. But stay tuned. If especially if I hear more buzz online about people really enjoying the show, I'll definitely go back and maybe speed it up and try to finish this. But it is a 6 hour commitment. So if you've checked this out, American Primeval, let me know what you thought about this series. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.